Hey, you guys. It's the days of Christmas and New Year's Eve is coming up. It's a Christmas holiday here in the Netherlands. It's cold outside and the days are really short. There's long nights. The sun sets around 5 in the afternoon or 4:30, and in the morning it's dark until 8:30. And I really like this time of year because it's enabling us to snuggle up cozy inside, light some candles, have the wonderful Christmas tree, and just not ask or expect too much from us. And I know that obviously with Christmas it can be a very busy time, but for me I always make an effort to not over busy myself, to not have to do so much or too much, and have it balanced and really enjoy the togetherness and the slowing down of times, because that's actually what it's really about, to slow down. And these 2 weeks around Christmas and New Year's Eve, so from the 22nd of, or let's say the 24th of December till the 6th of January, it's called in German the Weihnachten. And Weih is something like incense, and it's the nights of turning inwards and being very connected to the intuitive and to the dream world, and to be more reflecting and not be so busy outside in the world. No, we turn inwards. We're at home and maybe there's snow, so we're even more prone to stay in and just do our little bit of contemplation. And every year I notice that I do a few things, some rituals, to let go of the old year and invite the new year. And I love these rituals. So I want to share them with you. And this year has been particularly strong because the energies around the 24th of Christmas Day and the days before, it was already like letting go of the emotions. So the first step that I do is letting go of the emotions, the things that happened this year, the things that I don't want to bring into the next year. And the way I do is I write the things down into a letter, and I write down what things I don't want to bring into the new year. And you can even burn that letter on New Year's Eve, for example, really leaving it in the old. And then also just allow the emotions to come. And it was really a purging of feelings. And while it's not so pleasant maybe when you're in it, after it feels fantastic because it's cleared and I don't need to bring it with me anymore. Now, let's see. Also, it's really nice thing to do to look back at the year. And for me, this started this year a little bit early. I already started doing this in November, looking back at the year and seeing what I've accomplished, what lessons I've learned, what the overall feel was of the year, the journey I had, and just to contemplate a little bit and write something down in your diary or on a piece of paper. How was this year for you? What did you experience? What was tough? What was fantastic? What did you overcome? What did you let go? What lessons did you learn? And what I really like about this is that you kind of summarize your year and close it off with a feeling of, wow, I did more than I thought. I achieved more than I thought. And naturally in this society we're prone to thinking only about our resume or work achievements, but I'm also talking about the internal achievements. How did you change on the inside? How did your behavior change? How did your reflections change? How do you assess different things different now compared to the beginning of the year? And for me, 2019 has been a tremendous shift in this regard, where in the beginning of the year I was very frightful and scared in a certain situation that was thrown into my life, basically. And then I evolved and developed myself and stepped into the pain and the fear, and because I went right towards it, I was able to go through it and let go of so many fears, and that resulted in that. And now I assess this whole situation very differently, with a lot more empowerment and a lot more authenticity and a lot more self-worth than compared to the beginning of the year. And well, we're human beings, we never stop learning, right? So yeah, write a list of how far you've come. What did you accomplish? What did you learn? How was it for you? And just be proud. Be really proud on what you did, how you've lasted, how you endured, because obviously a lot of us also had hardships, and how you managed to go through them and stay present and, well, really embrace yourself in that. So then it's almost New Year's Eve, and every year this idea was brought to me by somebody else, a friend in Denmark. Some years ago she said, every year I decide what my word is for the new year. And I love this. It's just one word, one focus, energy point. And last year my word was sovereignty. And it was, yeah, spot on. I learned to be my own sovereign in my own world, to trust me, my opinion or my instinct, and my authority as well. And even though I'm challenged by outer systems or society, that I can still be my inner queen with noble, warm-hearted statue. So the new year is coming up, and I already know my word for the next year, and it's going to be pleasure. And it's kind of funny to me that this is my word. But yeah, next year is going to be about pleasure. How can I bring more pleasure towards myself and my life? Because I think it's been understated for far too long. Pleasure is allowed to come into my life. So as you see, by choosing a word, and this comes to me intuitively, or just get a feeling like, oh, this is it. And it's been coming to me for a while, but you can just write some words down and then see or feel what clicks, or leave it for a bit and then come back to it. But as you can see, the way I describe it, it's not only a word, it's an intention. I invite or allow more pleasure into my life. And this gives me a new mindset for the new year, that somewhere in the back of my mind, this word is humming. It's reminding me, remember, you want to have more pleasure in your life, so allow, and you're allowing it in. And because I set this intention now, or have this word with me now, over the next year, it will resurface on occasions maybe that I find difficult, or it will like pop up, remember this, and what would you choose? Would you do this or that? And remember, this is your goal. And it really worked. The sovereignty really worked last year. So I'm really curious what pleasure is going to bring for me. And I'm really curious what your word is going to be for 2020. So please share with me in the comments if you please. So that's the word. And then last year I did something really cool. On New Year's Eve, I wrote myself a letter. I don't have it here right now, but I wrote myself a letter with all the things that I wanted or dreamed of or hoped that would become to fruition in 2019. And I sealed it, and I haven't opened it since, and I'm going to open it tonight. I'm going to read what I wrote and see how much happened. And I honestly don't know exactly anymore what I wrote, but I think it's a really fun practice to save something for the next year. And obviously it's probably going to be a comparison of my dreams and wishes and how far did I come, or where am I standing now. and it's kind of like a time capsule. Um, yeah, how did I feel last year on New Year's Eve? And it's coming back to me now. And how do I feel now? And it's so different from last year, obviously, but it's really nice to notice and to commemorate that for a second. So that's another thing that I have coming. And then what I really love doing is setting my goals, dreams, and wishes and intentions on a grander scale for the next year. So let's see. For example, I would really like to move to a new place. I have set the intention to really bring out my knowledge and be more present with my knowledge and experience to help more people, because that's really my desire. And I've written some pointers out how I want to do that. So really want to help empower many more people, to help them rise up, stand tall, and walk the talk and manifest their dreams. And then I've written also down some ways how to do it in very exact ways. So I want to write a book and I want to do these videos. So I'm starting doing these videos so you can see what I have to offer to you and how I can help you. Also, I want more, like I said, pleasure and abundance in my life. So yeah, it's when you don't have a goal, when you don't know where you're heading, then you end up often following other people's goals, like for example your bosses or your mothers or your fathers or your spouses, and you forget about yourself. So this is why I really like to write down my intentions and my wishes and dreams and goals for the new year. So this is my go-to. This is my dot on the horizon, and I'm not burning myself down when I don't reach them. That's okay, and they can change for sure, and the ways that I want to get there can change, but it's more like a gentle but decisive dot on the horizon. That's where I want to go, and I'll put it out there, and then I'll walk my way. I'm on my way. So I think that's about the fourth thing that I do around this period of time. And just to add to the intention setting, I also made a list of everything that I needed in order to get there. So, for example, if I want to be more known, if I want to share my knowledge more, how would I do that? Then I need means. So now I got this new ring light, so you can see me clearly, and I have all the tools that I need for making a video. I'm learning how to edit them and upload them and stuff like that. So it's practical things. What do I need in order to reach my goals? So I wrote a list of these things down. Now then, the last thing that I really enjoy doing is tuning into the energy of the new year. What is the new year going to bring? And there's many energy reports, there's astrology, there's numerology, there's a sense going around in people, there's the media writing things, and there's many information coming to us already on what the new year is going to bring. So we know there's going to be elections in the US next year. We know what the status is at the moment of the world. So we can predict a little bit what's going to evolve out of that. And I really like to watch some energy reports and astrology reports to get a little bit more knowledge and an idea of what could be coming. And I also tune in myself. What will the new year bring for me? And let me see. So for me, what really came up was that 2020 will be a year about structurizing, bringing harmony back into the world. And as beautiful and relaxing as that may seem, it's not going to be like that necessarily, because we need a lot of restructuring and balance into the world. But because things are so polarized and so into one direction, it's not going to go necessarily in a nice way or flowing or smooth way. It's much more likely to be in a shocking way. but needed as well. And I think the next year will bring about many more truths that we cannot avoid, that we cannot turn a blind eye to. We have to see what's in front of us. Even the people that don't want to see it, that are avoiding it at every cost, they will be confronted with it as well. And to me, that's a really good thing, because truth, that just sets us all free. And the truth, even though it can be very painful, will enable us to make the changes that are so desperately needed. And this is of course true for a grander scale in politics, but it's also true for your own life. So knowing this, I know that I still have lessons to learn. I still have areas in my life where I feel I need to step up. For example, I want to get my finances better in order, and I know that there's no getting around that, and I need to look at the patterns and the things that happened, how I got there, right? And so I can change it, and that can be painful, but it's also useful, because then you get the knowledge on what to change and how to change it, and you can ask for help, etc. It's not bad to make mistakes. It's not bad to have it not in order. It's just really bad to leave it and avoid it. Then we're getting really into trouble. So what else? Yeah, I think 2020 is going to bring us a lot of new ways of doing things we cannot oversee yet. There's going to be new solutions that weren't on the horizon before, that weren't in the perspective before. And those new solutions and ideas, they come from people that are finally able to speak their truth and spread their ideas, that are not shy or perfectionistic enough anymore to keep their voice or their knowledge from being shown. So I'm really curious what's going to happen. Yeah, we're going to see very clearly this is not working anymore, and then there's going to be a new voice, a new sound of, but this could be the solution, and this is where we need to go. And I think the change is going to be quicker than we know. Over the past decades, it's like, yeah, change takes a lot of time, and we need to mull over it again and decide on this, go this way and then this way and this way, and then we finally get there. But now I really think in 2020 and from then onwards, change is going to be fast, inevitable, and that's a really good thing. It's going to be shocking, maybe to some of us, but also very needed for most of us. Yeah, so that's what I like to do. Tune into what 2020 will bring, and then in the days after New Year's Eve, I'm probably gonna make a little bit of a schedule or plan for my months to come, and see what goals per month I would like, and also kind of like adapt it to the energies and the holidays and everything. How do I combine everything? So the practical with the intuitive. That's what I like to do. So these are a few ways to let go of the old year and invite the new year in, and to enable yourself with these energies to transform your life and manifest more things that you desire into your life. So I wish you a really, really, really happy new year. May 2020 be blissful to you and bring you pleasure. I hope it will for me. And let it bring us truth for all of us, so things can change for the better in the world. So with that, I'll say goodbye, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.